visitors hear the boos as they make their way out onto the Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Nicho Hynes, so important to this team. Straight back in, number 7 on his back.
Yeah, he's been a wonderful buy for the Sharks. Just coming into that halfback role this season, 12 try assists. And along with Matt Moylan, they've formed a wonderful partnership. Can't wait to see them play tonight. And as I said, Nicho Hynes back in the side. Wasn't in that side that beat the Storm last week, so he'll be itching and ready to go.
Here come the Cowboys. And what a week it has been for Queensland Rugby League, and these North Queensland Cowboys flying high in 2022 as well. Set to play finals for the first time since that 2018 grand final. And this guy's been so important.
Yeah, geez, I love the insight before the game from Fox there, talking to Chad Townsend. Great to get the insight from a young halfback, already a premiership winner, playing against his old club for the first time too. So there'll be plenty of nerves there, but he's a good player. Got to find the grass. The back five of the Sharks are so good at returning the ball. His kicking game, very important for the Cowboys.
2017 grand final, of course, it was for North Queensland. Taumalolo was there. Can he take this team to the final day again this season? Cronulla will get the ball first. Friday night footy underway on Fox League. Doubleheader coming your way. And Cronulla with the wood over the Cowboys. Winners of 7 straight head-to-head. Last win for North Queensland, round 1 of the 2018 season. Can they end that streak tonight? Rudolph ball playing. Oh, what a tackle, one-on-one. Teague Wilton upended by the hammer. Made it look easy.
Yeah, very important for the Cowboys to show some intent. And what about this? Leading the way, the hammer.
And the kick on the full for Drinkwater. A sensation since coming into the team with all of those try assists in the number 1 jumper. Brendan Elliott gets an opportunity on the wing. Debuted against Cronulla as a Rooster back in 2014. And here's the other winger, Felt, a regular try scorer against this opposition. 3 there to stop JT. And here is the Origin hero backing up Tom Gilbert, a winner on debut and playing a lot more minutes than anticipated the other night when he got the early call and didn't let his stake down. Down to Kennedy this time. And the chase was good, led by Hampton in the number 16 jumper, as we say good evening to Brent Tate.
Good evening, Speedy. Good evening, Blocker. It's a beautiful night here, 20 degrees up here in Townsville, and it's a really fast track. The Cronulla Sharks, they like to play a bit of football and give it a bit of width, so it'll be a real challenge for the Cowboys' defence tonight, but really looking forward to this one. 2 attacking teams in the top 4. Can't wait for it.
A little slip there from Katoa. Brayley did well to find Finucane. Hynes down that short side for Ramian. A hat-trick against the Storm last week for the right centre. Lead the comp in shifts was how Townsend described it, and they cut out Townsend here to get Mulatalo taken out. Well after getting the kick away, the referee, Adam G, is tipped up to award the penalty.
Yeah, ample time to pull out of it. Quite an aggressive defence here. Early from the Cowboys. Now they're taken out. It's a kick in. And that is good contact. Cole Felt with the tackle. The Sharks on the attack straight away.
Was not letting him past. Hunt, look at that contact to Noah Brown. Knows he's in the game after meeting in front on there in company with Hess. Rudolph the decoy. Moylan chimes in. Kennedy quickly onto Ramian, and he's over again. off a hat-trick against the Storm, and the opening try here tonight in the opening 4 minutes for Jesse, who goes all try July on us as well.
Well, on the back of the penalty there, Jesse Ramian, I'll tell you what, there's not many stronger centres in the game than this young fellow. When he decides to run, he's made the decision straight away. Gets the ball there, straight. They got him on the turnout there, the Cowboys. And Ramian backs himself. I love that about this bloke. The show and the go, straight through, 3 defenders around him. And the Sharks open to scoring. What a try. That's strong football from the Sharks. And Ramian, what power.
Kennedy didn't waste any time getting it to Ramian, giving him some early ball to test out this new look left side defence for the Cowboys. You've got all of those inclusions out there, the hammer alongside Hampton and Elliott, and it's no surprise that the Sharks have tested them early and broken them.
Yeah, well, we talked about their shifts early in the game too from the Sharks. They get the penalty and straight away on the attack. I love the way they throw the ball around. Got a great combination between Moylan and also Kennedy coming in to make the extra man. The boys were talking about that before the game, but Ramian says, come on, give me the ball. 3 around to make the tackle. They can't do it. That's a strong opening from the Sharks.
This is one area that Cronulla want to lift heading into the finals. The goal kicking percentage. Hines hooking it and drifting it back delightfully. 6-0 to Cronulla, 5 minutes in.
Oh, Speedy, it's just how quick the Cronulla Sharks get this ball out from Brayley to Nico Hines out to Matty Moylan. They just all moving with speed so fast, and the ball just gets out here so quick. And the Cowboys' defence, they just can't handle it. And Jesse Ramian, as you said, he's been in great try-scoring form, great hole runner, and very hard to handle that far out. So a great start by the Cronulla Sharks.
And the old selfie celebration. He said he needed to do some work on that during the week, and that's what he's come up with, Block.
I don't mind it, pretty good. Got a few of his teammates involved.
Sharks have won 9 of 10 when they've scored the first try this season. And here's what's been happening lately. 2018 round 1, the last time the Cowboys got the chocolates, and there's that 7-game winning streak head-to-head for the Sharks, and they've been racking up some scores. Got past 40 a couple of times, and that penalty led to the opening try, and now they've got another piggyback here.
Yeah, that was good, smart thinking there by Townsend. I think he told his couple of players that were involved in the tackle to roll off. He'd get the one-on-one steal, but unfortunately, the couple in the tackle, they didn't break away from it. And after the try, they give away the penalty. Here come the Sharks again.
Rudolph, who's been used as a decoy a couple of times, including for that try. Hits it up with power that time. Moylan with Hunt. Testing out Robson and Gilbert. Inside the red zone again. Passing it around beautifully here, the visitors. Hines, Kennedy, Tracy running out of room. He scored tries in each of the last 3 victories over the Cowboys. 4 in those 3 games for Connor Tracy. Finucane settles them. Left side again. Kennedy chimes in. Oh, regretting holding on to that ball because Tracy had a big gap to go through. Cowboys just holding on here on this set. Hines stabs one back in behind, and a repeat set is brewing here. He gets the felt.
Well, the great thing about the kicking game there, Nico Hines, he didn't look and see how good the kick was. He chased through and made the tackle. A lot of kickers generally stand there and have a look up and see how good the kick is. Not Hines, look at him. Straight through, Felt can't get back in the field of play. And a one-on-one tackle there, that's a beauty. They'll get the ball back. They haven't had any football yet. The poor old Cowboys, they're under the pump.
Yeah, possession currently up over 80%. A stat that you don't see very often. What a red-hot start for Cronulla, who've settled in, as Blocker told you earlier. Came up on Tuesday to get ready for this blockbuster. Finucane into his fellow middle forward in Hunt. Had success on the right early. That previous set, they were just battering them down the left-hand side. Rudolph goes right up the middle and was about to spin over, held up over the line.
Ball was across the line. Tackle 4.
I'll tell you what, Hunt has been outstanding. The number 10 for the Sharkies. Already run for 71 metres. What an effort. He's getting them on the front foot. And that allows the likes of Hines and also Moylan to do their stuff. Great start from the big front rower.
Doesn't look too good at all, Cohen Hess.
He might be just trying to slow it down a little bit here.
Timing.
That's what he
They're on a
copped.
roll, aren't they?
Might have copped an elbow or two there inadvertently here, Cohen Hess, as he got in and under.
Ooh,
or a head.
got the melon there.
Yeah.
Little
And he
bit
will leave.
A little bit of friendly fire. HIA, he's off. Gee, I'd be dirty if I was a front row and that little nick on the head like that, they'd pull me off. Turn it up.
The fullback's head got him. Drinkwater's head must be a solid one.
He looks all right to me.
So on comes Jake Granville to try and help out defensively at the back end of this set. Finucane off the long run and straight into it. Granville textbook. Hines, another kick. Felt trying to read it. Tracy helped it on to Mulatalo, running out of room. It remains the last, and they get it back now, North Queensland, and the immediate counter-attack is on. And aren't the home fans just getting involved here? They know their team's been under the pump, and now they've got some joy. Townsend puts Hiku through a little hole. And closed quickly enough. Set restart. Very popular is Granville, the veteran. To Noah Brown. Sixth straight game for him. Getting the start with McLean. Ruled out of both Origin and club football for a while with that hamstring. Taumalola. Townsend. Early ball for Leilua. Overlap created here, and Hiku couldn't get it to Feltz. Mulatalo did well to wrap up the footy. Robson. Hampton chimes in. On the last. Townsend against his former club. Hangs it up for Feltz v Mulatalo. And they get some joy out of that too, North Queensland.
Mulatalo, I think it's going to show the first knock on by the look of it.
Jason, where do you want it?
Look at the ball back here, the Cowboys. What a set for them. They got the full distance, the full 100 metres. To get up the other end, under the pump. There's the first knock on, Mulatalo. Cowboys will get the ball back.
Get out 6 guys. 10 seconds.
A lot of belief built. Winners of 10 of their last 11 games, the Cowboys. And after soaking up all of that early pressure, a chance to level things up potentially. Off the back of that centre field scrum. Cronulla jumped the gun. Happy to give up a set restart. Noah Brown sets them up right in front of those uprights. Robson looking towards Townsend. Here he comes, Chad. Gilbert's cut down by Hines. Townsend again scheming. Just had a word to Hampton behind play here, and now the halves look to combine. Used him as a decoy. It rebounded back to Hampton, and no signal of 6 more just yet. Looked like Mulatalo might have knocked that down. The fans can't quite believe there's no signal. Drinkwater normally pulls the right rein, but that time gives it up. And they looked a little clunky on that left edge again.
Yeah, they did. They didn't finish the set off. They got the opportunity to get that double set. It was a poor pass there from Drinkwater, who's so reliable, but that time the Sharks scrambled well. It was their turn.
Both these teams with elite defensive records, helping them into that top 4 spot. Played the ball, looked a little suspect, given the all clear. Katoa bouncing out of tackles. Hampton comes again. Wilton running straight and hard. And didn't go to Finucane. Now Hines. There's a tame end of the set. North Queensland were really struggling there. Looked like they might have been able to head to that left-hand side block.
Yeah, they went through the hands. They're pretty good set again. The thing with these two sides, they ask you 2 or 3 questions in the set. They just play one-out football. It's an exciting game. Breakneck speed. Townsend gets one back. Just hung on a little bit too long. The second grab there. I think you'll find it was Blake Brayley giving away the penalty. They'll get a breather now, the Cowboys. Straight away on the attack they'll come.
Have been turning this place into a fortress as well. Winners of 5 in a row here. North Queensland scored 30 or more points in each one of those games as well. And they start racking up the points again on this set. Start on halfway. Get away with the fumble there. Apiso Tabuai-Fido. Taumalolo, and they shift it from side to side for Leilua. Trying to get that arm free. Good momentum for Taumalolo off the back of it. Moylan trying to reef it away before the support came from Rudolph. Robson for Townsend. Picks up the hammer. And Ramian did enough to upend him. Good battle between those two already in this contest. From side to side again. Little run-around play for Drinkwater. Opens them up! And the try saver from Tracy. Drinkwater was looking for an option that didn't arrive. And now Townsend's kick fumbled and knocked on right in front of the ref. It's 6 more coming up.
Gee, that was some sort of tackle from Connor Tracy. It looked like Drinkwater was in for all money. The legs tackle, brilliant. That is a try saver. That's unbelievable. He got turned inside out. Look at that for a tackle. He was in. And there's the knock on from Wilton. They'll get the ball back. You would think under all this sort of pressure and all the ball the Cowboys have had now in the last few minutes and the repeat sets right in the middle of the park, they've got to come away with a try.
And last time they had this centre field scrum, Cronulla broke early, gave up a set restart. They just got a warning here. So interesting to see what happens if they jump the gun again. Right side for Drinkwater. Good contact again by Tracy on his opposite number, Peter Hiku. Noah Brown knows his role. Townsend waits behind. Granville ducked under one and couldn't duck under a second. Taumalolo putting some footwork on and targeting Brayley, who had plenty of help around him. Robson in try-scoring form. Finds Drinkwater, slips out of the Tracy tackle, this time intercept from Mulatalo, but they jumped the gun again here.
Well, it's got to be a penalty because they got off their line again. They're all in front.
Come on, this left edge, not good enough.
I reckon they might get a warning now.
You're going early.
They've got to keep the pressure on. They've had plenty of ball. What a game we've got here.
And some response from the home team. And the warning did come.
Wait, Chad.
Take 2 on that tap, Chad. Robson looking for options. Hampton. Gilbert just trying to crash his way through. Wilton's already had some claret flowing. It's an awkward tackle as well, trying to contain the Queensland Origin debutant from midweek. Setting up for a play on that right-hand side. Leilua desperate to get his hands on it again. It's headed his way. Moylan with the read. Robson hasn't had a go yet. And knock on by Drinkwater. And Cronulla celebrate a mini victory there.
Yeah, well, they've made enough breaks to score a try, haven't they? And they've had enough football. They'll be happy about that. Craig Fitzgibbon looking at some resolve defensively from the Sharks. He got it right there. There's the knock on from Drinkwater. The Sharks hang on.
Game 2 in Friday night football. The Eels against the Warriors coming up next from Combank Stadium. Great way to kick off round 18 on Fox League. Start in Townsville, finish in Parramatta. It's the second time a player has slipped almost the same blade of grass. It was Katoa last time, this time Brayley upended. Possession has certainly evened up. There's the debutants. Interesting to see when Payton gets young Tom Chester involved tonight. Hines looking for grass, and he'll find it this time. Drinkwater, a little fatigued, and it took a shocking bounce, a brilliant bounce for the Sharks, and they get a bonus repeat set here.
Oh, that's a nice little touch there. We talk about Hines, how good he is in attack, but what about the touch here with his kick to get it in goal area? Drinkwater has to play at the ball there. I'll get the football back. This game has gone end to end. I reckon it'll keep continuing.
They both put in the hard yards in pre-season to get their bodies right for an arduous campaign. And hasn't it shown for both of these clubs their ability to run out contests and play up-tempo footy. Fitzgibbon and Payton, Roosters teammates for 10 games back in 2003. Oh, Granville got the big don't argue from Hunt and the offload as well from Cronulla. Moylan opens them up, light stepping in the middle. Got through Drinkwater, but there was backup, as there so often is for the Cowboys. A great read there by the hammer. He got to Teague Wilton to slow him down, but set restart in amongst all this. Hunt upended.
Great tackle.
Taumalolo with a team lifter. Still work to do here. Hines. Oh, one-on-one tackle from Leilua is a try saver. Townsend up early. Graham forced back in ball. Ramian from a standing start. Bumped off Granville. Oh, legs tackle. Brilliant from Hampton. Ramian has a go. In try-scoring form. Hunting a double tonight. And he's held up.
Just want to see when he first spins.
Well, hang on. Does he spin out of that and put the ball down that quickly?
Coming up before, I've got no try. Just want to confirm on the other side of me when he first comes.
This is where we love the slow motion camera, because it happened that quick. What about the power of this bloke? We spoke about it when he scored the first try. Spins out of the Granville tackle. It's just great strength. Does he turn over and slam the ball down quickly?
Jesse Ramian is held up or grounds the ball.
Sent up as no try.
I don't know. He only got to touch that grass. Have a look at this on the way down.
Cronulla started to high five after seeing that first replay.
I reckon that's a try. I'm going to give it a try. There's a little bit of turf on that.
Okay. Just looking at all available angles to see whether we can see the ball on the ground.
It's Jared Sutton, the voice you're listening to, vastly experienced referee who's in the bunker tonight. Need conclusive evidence to overrule the on-field.
I can see on this angle that Jesse Ramian has got the ball to the ground.
There's a little bit of grass on that.
5 tries in 1 1/4 games for Jesse Ramian. 10-0 to the Sharks, kick to come midway through this first half.
And that was a different sort of try, wasn't it? Led by the hit-ups here from Royce Hunt. He's had a great start to the game, just bounces a few players off. Granville ends up on his backside, the offload. Here's a little mini break here from Moylan. Gets up, plays the ball. They're in 6s and 7 on the goal line, not enough back. Again, Granville misses the tackle. Ramian gets a little bit of the turf. Great try, that's his second.
Saw Townsend coming in from that angle. He thought his teammates had managed to hold him up. He was geeing them up, celebrating. But in the end, Jared Sutton in the bunker saw enough to award the try. And Hines knocks another 2 points over. And the home fans are a little silent here. 12-0 to the Sharks.
Yeah, what about the ability to bounce away from a couple of players there? I said it in the first try too. I love it when he backs himself here. He's had a golden run the last few weeks. That's a great try.
Before last week against the Storm, 16 games to score 5 tries. Now he's just done another 5.
Well, you get on a run.
In about 100 minutes.
Yeah, good. That's confidence for you.
Brent Tate, an update?
Yeah, absolutely. Cohen Hess has just walked back to the bench. He's passed his HIA, so he will come back on. What a great game of footy. The willingness of both these teams to spread the footy, really testing the defences of each team. I think at the back end of this half, this game might open up. It's breakneck speed at the moment.
It's been a pattern this week in Queensland. That Origin game was just off the charts.
I've never seen a start to the game like the Origin.
We saw a 40-20 the other night from Queensland, didn't we? At a key stage from Ben Hunt, and that wasn't too far away from Brayley with that kicking ability out of dummy half. And that kick that Drinkwater couldn't contain in the field of play led to that previous try, didn't it? The Hines kick over the top.
Well, I reckon they're in strict instructions to put all the pressure on Drinkwater at the back. At 17 try assists this season. And he's the danger man. The Sharks doing a good job on him so far.
Tabuai Fido. Ramian jamming in and bumped into the turf. Home fans saw something untoward. Maybe suggesting a shoulder charge that was deemed all above board. Townsend from inside his 30 finds Kennedy on the full. Really tough period of the season for these Sharks. Storm last week, Panthers next week, South Sydney after that as well. So if they can get through this period with multiple wins, and they're well on their way to that top 4 finish. Commanding position early here. Moylan for Mulatalu. And Moylan down in back play. Really whacked after getting that pass away. Tracy trying to invent something. And they can let that one go dead for the 7-tackle set.
Gee, it was a little bit late there on Moylan. He thought he was going to get the penalty. Granville's missed a couple of tackles. He wasn't going to miss that one. Nearly put him in row 27.
And the timing was okay, wasn't it?
No, that's fine. Yeah. Play on. I love the aggression of the Cowboys in their defence. I know they're behind 12-0. They're down a lot of players, but this is an opportunity for the back end of the season, or come semi-final time, they'll make it. Give all these guys a little bit of more experience.
Lura back on the angle. Passes off the ground for Hess. Back on. Another offload. Townsend. Delayed the pass nicely a couple of times there. North Queensland felt in the corner. and the Cowboys do hit back. He loves playing Cronulla. 13 tries in 15 games against them. And even though they're down 12-0 early, you just can't count them out.
Well, I'll tell you what, he can play. Leilua, the catch and pass, but it was the offloads in the middle third of the field there that really hurt them. They go to their right-hand side, catch and pass. Look at this. He's going to be a fine for this side. He got him engaged there in Tracy, and it was on. Felt too good. The catch and pass there from Leilua was the money ball. Let's have a look at Tracy come in on him. Bang, catch and pass. That's great play. And Felt an open line, improves his position. What a game of footy we've got on our hands. That's a great hit back there from the Cowboys.
Well, it's great footy, isn't it, Block? I said before, both teams' willingness to pass the football, and that man, Luciano Leilua, what a pickup for the Cowboys he's been. And Peter Hiku, he's a bit of an unsung hero for the Cowboys. He's done a great job since arriving here at the club. And sets another one up on a platter for Kyle Felt, who just loves scoring tries. So a great start by both teams. It's an incredible, great game of footy to watch.
No Val Holmes in the lineup tonight, who's been doing a stellar job on the goal-kicking front. So need to go to his backup here tonight. There's a couple of familiar faces watching on from on high. Ruben Cotter, who played in Origin 1 before injury, and then Tommy Dearden, the young man who made his debut the other night in the number 6 jumper for Queensland. And he was desperate to play tonight. He led the celebrations the other night, but he asked Todd Payton both yesterday and on Wednesday night, can I play on Friday? I'll be right to go. And Todd said, just have a rest.
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the win. I thought it was Wally Lewis playing for Queensland. They love wearing that jumper. 7 foot and bulletproof, don't they? Played so well. Here's the kick.
And Townsend starts nicely as the backup goal kicker here this evening and narrows that margin to 6 points. And don't forget the magic of the Premiership. It's for real. From the athletes who play it to the fans who love it. 16 teams chasing the same dream every year. For the lucky few, it offers a taste of real glory. The best way to experience the Premiership is live. Fans can secure their seats at nrl.com/tickets.
Just the calmness of Leilua. Just that, it's hard to do that catch and pass when you're going to get jammed from outside in. And he is a big pickup for the Cowboys. Skillful.
They've got some skill in that position, don't they? Because it's normally Jeremiah Nanai's spot.
How good's he?
Absolutely phenomenal the other night as a starter for the Maroons.
Well, he gave him something a little bit different, didn't he? His offloading skills.
So Hess came back on and played his part in the lead up to that Cowboys try. And is he asking for a captain's challenge? Referee says he's just lost it cold here.
It's good to see. They're going to ask for it, I'd say.
It's held and release. He lunged forward. Okay. Shot clock on.
That's the referee's way of saying I wouldn't challenge that.
I'll tell you what, there was a hand that ripped at the ball there. That could have gone either way. It was Wilton over the top. Watch this, his hands on the ball, rip. He's unlucky not to get that one. You generally get those ones on the home ground.
So a great field position again for Cronulla. Held in for a brief moment for Hines to wrap around. Townsend used to play in that number 7 jumper with the Sharks nearly 150 times. Oh, Taumalolo, and McInnes just bounced his way and had another crack. Moylan. And Rudolph takes some stopping. Show of strength in the end from Gilbert, just as Rudolph was sensing a try. McInnes has another go. Tackle without the ball.
You can't just nail him without the ball.
Townsend going into bat for Hess here, who wipes out Finucane.
He's going outside shoulder. I'm just having a look at him. You need to have a look at the outside shoulder.
runner, he can't just go with the tackle.
It's not a bad challenge there. It won't change their mind, but Townsend, he knows the rules. His outside shoulder there, he's right. Virtually ran straight into him. What's Hess going to do? Disappear? Lead runner, watch this.
Not a whole lot of contact there. It
No.
takes him down, but he's not going to feature for Nukin.
Well, you only have to touch him with the feather. He's going to fall over there, isn't he? Try and get the penalty.
So a straightforward look to extend the lead to 8. And Nico Hines does make it 14-6. Cronulla on top here. And there is the man at the top of the VB hard-earned index. Toby Rudolph just putting in the hard yards here in his opening stint that will go past half an hour. And he's got 38 on the hard-earned index.
Yeah, it's been some sort of effort there from the starting front row. I mentioned a little bit early, Hunt has already run for 83 metres. I think he's having a little bit of a spell. But they've been good to start the game. Plenty of intent.
Looks like he could go with VB about now. Toby.
The first one wouldn't touch the sides.
Here he is, sucking at the big ones to get ready for this. Confronted by Neem, one of the fresh men off the bench for the home team. Tracy runs hard right up the middle. McInnes ball playing this time, and Hampton down low on Wilton. McInnes all energy when he comes off the bench. Craig Fitzgibbon would just love what this guy brings, the former Dragon.
Well, there's never any lull in their play, isn't it? As soon as he comes on, it's still going at 100 miles an hour.
Gee, Elliott did well there. Came in off the wing, had to bring Kennedy down and did just in time. Kick from Hines is useful, wobbling around, knocked back by Moylan. How clever was that? Rudolph backing up. And he lost his kicking licence, I reckon, with that effort.
Yeah, NKA, never kick again. Toby, we're just wrapping you. That's a shocker.
That situation when the team's able to recycle the ball off a kick can often lead to a try, but North Queensland just able to scramble and force that error out of Rudolph, who might be about to get a chop out from Fafita, who looms large on the sideline.
Yeah, I love the way he ran the ball last week against the Storm when he came on. Powerful runner for Fafita.
Neem with some go forward. The young Kiwi. Here's Leilua again, running towards that sideline, and with a show of strength, able to come back into the field of play quite comfortably. Granville for Hampton. He's out of the equation as Townsend looks to get the kick away on the last. Nanai normally running onto this. Hess, was he blocked off? No, the referee says that's all okay. Hess keen to debate that with the referee a little later on. Having a word right alongside Adam G at the moment. Wade Graham setting up a block, but not an escort. Here he is, freshly on, the 33-year-old Andrew Fafita, closing in on 250 games in the NRL. Bit of room to move here for Drinkwater. Oof. Moylan came out of the line looking for a big hit on the fullback. Elliott, evasive. Approaching half-time, there's a few boys running on empty here. Block has been such a high tempo.
Yeah, it's been frantic, hasn't it? Just got to hang in here now, the North Queensland side. Get down that attacking area and get a result once they get down there. That's been the problem so far.
Looking to make the most of this set restart here. About 3 of those already. Hines really slowing Drinkwater down after making a telling tackle. Really have made heavy weather of this to get to 25 metres out. Hampton opens it up for Gilbert and couldn't keep the play alive. Ramming it over the top to earn the handover.
Geez, had to make a few decisions tackling here. Nico Hines. It's his 10th tackle of the night. They've been telling ones. A couple of times he's been caught one-on-one.
Lazy arm over the top as Tracy was falling. Could have gotten away from Townsend, who has to try and stop Fafita. A couple of Premiership teammates head to head. Asked a lot of Wilton. Didn't have his eyes on the footy.
Yeah, I think he was trying to change direction before he caught the ball. He's come off that right foot there. Should have caught that one.
Stepping in for the suspended Britton Nakora on the right edge is Teague Wilton. Just the second set that Cronulla haven't completed in this opening half. Takes them back into the 80s, percentage-wise. Townsend ran behind Robson. Suggestions of an obstruction with Fafita taken out of the equation. Now he gets involved in this tackle, the veteran. Drinkwater. Chips it up for the hammer. Bit of ad-lib footy on display now for the Cowboys. Hampton, plenty of room in behind, and a fumble will give North Queensland a great chance to crack them again here.
Gee, that was good play. Just trying to scoop it up, didn't he? William Kennedy knocks the ball on it, didn't bounce up as high as what he thought. Hampton was aiming for the post there with the grubber kick. And here's the chance, right on the stroke of half-time. We game on. They'll be throwing everything in this set of 6 from the Cowboys to try and get on that scoreboard again. What a place to attack from. Right in the middle of the park, 10 out. Here we go.
Their lone try came to Felt down that right-hand side. Townsend. And Hiku wrapped up impressively. Setting up for a play left-hand side, Townsend. Hampton chimes in. Cronulla, such a good defensive unit, well schooled by Craig Fitzgibbon. Hess sets them up, 5 out. Townsend. Keeps it alive somehow. Hiku stayed alive. Brilliant hands. But no gaps opening up. Drinkwater. Ricochets kindly here for Hampton. And Wilton made the try saver that time. Upended him in time. Gilbert. He was so tempted to have a crack with the double movement. This might be 10 in the bin.
Yep, he's got to go, hasn't he? Yep.
Brayley's gone.
They've been warned plenty of times.
We go 6 more again, 6 more every time we come down here. Time off. Time off. Time off. No, not now, mate. I'll go to wait.
They've Blake Brayley and Matty Moylan, the only two ever presents for Cronulla this season, and they'll have to do it without him for the next 10 minutes. He's a strong boy, Tommy Gilbert.
Oh, is he what? I reckon Robson will have a crack in a minute.
There's going to be some space with the extra man advantage here. No way through for Hess, who scored a lot of tries as an edge back rower in years gone by. Now Townsend. Big hole opens up for the Hammer. 13 on 12 just before half-time. And the 13 score their second try.
They're good enough to make you pay. It's the Hammer that gets over the stripe. But what about the pass from Chad Townsend? Now, he's put a couple of these passes on in the first half. Just holds the hands up, nice and slow. But it's the gap running, the soft hands, the second man play. Just runs inside shoulder. Look at the footwork. We already know the speed that he possesses. The Cowboys right on the stroke of half-time get the try. Look at this for a pass. Straightens up, engages Hines, inside shoulder, and the Hammer too quick.
Last time he started at left centre, scored a couple of tries, round 13 against the Titans. And he's got another one here. What about Tommy Gilbert, who was standing in the in-goal area, able to start those celebrations early.
Not a bad time to score too. Brayley will be in the sin bin for at least another 9 minutes after the half-time break. And they'll try and capitalise. The North Queensland Cowboys, one set and they're in.
Cop the first two tries, trail 12-0 midway through this half, but have responded as they've done so often this season. And it's going to be a 2-point ball game at half-time. Townsend adds the extras, and that should do us in the first half. Referee will send the players to the sheds. At the break, it is Cronulla 14, North Queensland 12. And here comes the home team. There was a massive moment before the break, and Chad Townsend now joint second for try assist with his teammate Scott Drinkwater. That shows how well they're going. They're equal second behind Mitch Moses.
Yeah, and he's warmed into this contest too. He got better as the half went on, Chad Townsend. He was the man that put the try on just before half-time. 17 try assists for the season. What a boy he's been.
So Brayley sent to the bin 2 minutes before the break. Cronulla will give North Queensland the ball first here with another 8 minutes to try and hang in there with 12 men. What can the Cowboys do with that one-man advantage as Neem is rocked first up?
Oh. Cam McGuinness it was too, an energy player. That's a great hit to start the second half.
We saw him in the dressing room as well, getting that knee heavily strapped at half-time, Cam McInnes, so we'll keep an eye on him in the second half, getting involved in back-to-back tackles there. Absolute tackling machine. Drinkwater. Right up the middle, Granville on the ground at the same time as Robson. Doesn't happen too often, but forced into that early change were the Cowboys. Kennedy thought about going to the outside where Tracy was waiting in a bit of room as we check in with another man in that vicinity, Brent Tate.
Yeah, thanks, Speedy. I got a message from Todd Payton at half-time. He actually gave them a rap for their composure early on. He wants some more involvements from the back five, and the message was pretty simple. Play with patience, and he thinks their footy will be good enough. And Craig Fitzgibbon, on the other hand, for the Sharks, he wants to slow the ruck down. He thought it was too quick, fix their ends to sets, and just keep turning them around with their kicking game. So overall, both coaches pretty happy with their teams.
Slowing it down led to the sin bin, ironically. The referee thought they were slowing it down a little too much.
Sorry, mate.
Moylan, Graham, space opening up here. Cut out ball for Tracy. Was there a touch off Leilua? No. It remains the last. McInnes nonchalantly spreads it to Wilson. Here comes Moylan. Gives it everything. And Drinkwater able to take it safely. Doesn't have a whole lot of support. He might find it now. Oh, look how Tracy came hunting.
Gee, you'd like a little bit of a package of Tracy's defence in this game. Drinkwater just scooted with his pace on the outside of a couple of players, but Tracy just stops him in his tracks.
He flew into that tackle. That position normally occupied by Sifa Talakai, who was ruled out in the last 24 hours before this game with a shoulder concern. That's the way Tracy got to Drinkwater, who was looking for evasive action at the last second. Good work out of marker there by Nico Hines. Pressure on Townsend's kick as a result.
And that's a big win too, the kick chase, not off the kick from the front foot there. That's a little win there for the Sharks. That's why we love the game so much. This is going to get real gritty. Who can hang in there the long enough?
Granville. Crowd love that effort, one-on-one to take down Mulatala. And now Gilbert follows up one-on-one on Hines. Up for the fight, these Cowboys. Granville again, getting down low to slow Finucane. Kennedy. Number one in the comp for line break assists, but holding on this time. Suspect pass to Hines. The chase is good. They got there in time. And Ramian knocked it on though. There's another chance to complete another hat-trick.
I reckon that's in the game plan. They want to put pressure on Drinkwater with the big bombs. I think they think he's that safe under that high ball. Gee, that ball knock on, you reckon? I reckon it went back. Every time the ball goes on the ground now, it's a knock on.
It's a close one. Scott Drinkwater will be a special guest Sunday night with Matty Johns. After he takes the rest of the weekend off.
It's a long trip to come down for the show. Good on him.
Former Melbourne Storm man who slotted in just beautifully in that number one role. Graham muscling up against knee. Again, not a whole lot of metres on offer. Drinkwater, 35 metres out from his own line, puts it on the chest of Sione Katoa. Great offload. The Cowboys, best team in the comp in terms of not allowing offloads, only give up 7 per game, but that was a very handy one to start the set for Cronulla.
The Sharks are first in line breaks in the whole competition too. They'll want to put the Cowboys under all sorts of pressure with their passing game. This has been a good set.
And perhaps one more defensive set before they get the full complement again. Brayley 2.5 minutes away. Ball comes loose. And Graham is the captain. If he wants to challenge, there's nothing doing on that front.
A pretty honest bloke, isn't he? He didn't want to use up the challenge. A bit of a loose carry there from the captain, Graham.
There he is, the supremely talented youngster, Jeremiah Nanai. What a performance he produced the other night. He plays in front of the cameras every week.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't like selfies.
He was coming through the ranks. There were comparisons made to Sonny Bill Williams, and there'll be a few more made after that performance the other night. Granville. Markers were called out of it. And he nearly exposed them. It's another very slow play the ball midway through the count. Set restart. He's greeted with a roar from these Cowboys fans. Luciano, Leilua, breaking a couple of tackles, getting rid of 4 of them. Luciano Leilua, already a fan favourite up here in Townsville. Short side for Hiku, spinning his way over the try line, and the desperation from Graham to hold him up with Moylan.
Well, they came from everywhere, didn't they, the Sharks? We talk about scramble. Leilua, what a find he's been. I love it when he thinks run first. We know what a great ball player he is, but he's powerful. Good run.
They shift it. And Hines one-on-one. Sensational effort. Again, it's slow. That time, Hines given the benefit of the doubt. Granville ran behind a teammate. Doesn't matter now as he's taken down. On the last, it's Drinkwater. Hess running through. And again, Graham just stood in the right place, right time to open up that space for Moylan.
And that was nice play there from Moylan. There's a penalty. Just jumping the gun there, the Cowboys. But Moylan putting his body on the line, not waiting for someone else to take that kick over the top there. He attacked the footy and took it beautifully. That's a good play. It's a big play. It's one that a lot of people notice, but put his hand up. Here comes Brayley now. Just wonder at the back end of the game whether it'll take it out of the Sharks. A man down for 10 minutes. But they'll be loving just getting that penalty there.
It means Brayley can basically play the entire game now. He's had a good rest at half-time and the 10-minute stints. Oh, Hines, how good was that? Catch and pass perfectly into the stride of Mulatalo. Touchline was beckoning there, but he stayed in somehow as Graham and Townsend come together. Hines for Moylan. Kennedy, what a read. Tabuai Fido has come up with some brilliant tackles tonight. Now Leilua with the early contacts on the freshman, Braden Hamlin-Ueli. Second game for him back from a long-term pec injury. Hines was the meat in the sandwich. It looked heavy off the boot. He complains, but it's a 7-tackle set that he's given up and he's fuming about it.
You can put it down to the pressure he was put on it by the chasers there. Didn't have time to place that ball properly. Went dead in goal. 7-tackle set now to the Cowboys.
Great legs tackle by Katoa, who was isolated. He's the new man. Lemuelu just on. Missed it to start, but dropped back to the bench when Leilua was called upon by Todd Payton. And Tom Gilbert, after his origin exertions, gets a chop out here. Oh, Neem, how well did he do to hold on to that? Knows he's going to get crunched, backing his way into the defensive line and managed to juggle it. Here goes Leilua again. And that time, Moylan and Tracy slowed him down and get rewarded for the sloppiness off the back of it from Luciano.
They've defended well, those two, haven't they? Moylan and also Tracy. And that's just losing the ball on the way up just to get to his feet quickly. Just slipped out the back. Good to see they didn't challenge it.
Released early by the West Tigers after North Queensland had an injury crisis in the edge back rower position, with Dunn and Lukey both ruled out for the season. Again, it's the hammer.
Geez, his defence has been good. Improved out of sight.
Granville, he came off the bench. He's already made 18 tackles.
I reckon he's missed a few too. They've aimed at him.
Time Neem with the early contact on McInnes, who's looking for a trademark quick play the ball. Allowing Brayley to scamper. Hines chopped down by Lemuelu.
What a tackle. Maybe Rudolph out of play.
Moylan taken down. It's Cronulla's if they want it. McInnes looked around and didn't fancy giving it to Hamlin Ueli. And now he'll hand it over.
Well done from the Cowboys. They didn't ball watch, they just kept coming forward. Look at them. They know what an important set that is. They get the ball back now. The Sharks couldn't get to their kick again. What a contest. Haven't they got some tick at this Cowboys side?
Another great game coming up as well. Second game in our Friday night doubleheader. Parramatta against the Warriors at CommBank Stadium. All coming away on Fox League. Elliott off his wing looking for work and shaping for an offload that Rudolph denied. Leilua, look at that. Stylish passing from side to side, and Hamlin Ueli just grabbed hold of the jumper. Otherwise, Hiku was away. Taumalolo back on. At speed, Lemuelu just unable to run the right line for Robson to put him away. Now Townsend's kick. Patience from Katoa, had to wait for the bouncing ball and it came his way.
Well, we could hear the footsteps coming too. What about that for a set from the Cowboys? And they're revved up.
Next score in the game, so important. Cronulla with the 2-point edge right now. Mulatalo looked up, and such a great defensive line these Cowboys are producing week in, week out. Only conceding just under 14 points per game. Already given up 14 tonight. Drinkwater gets there on the first bounce. What a moment. It's going through the mind of the kid from the goal, Jesse Colquhoun. Take us into his mind, Block.
Well, he'd be pretty nervous too. The hard part is just sitting around waiting to get yourself a start in your debut match. Look at him. He looks fresh. He's ready to go.
Shark number 553, the 20-year-old Jesse Colquhoun. Congratulations to him. He'll go right into the middle. 190 centimetres, 105 kgs or so. And impressed everyone. And earned a 2-year deal just last month. Elevated to the top 30 at Cronulla. Oh, Taumalolo running over Teague Wilton.
How good is it a side that don't depend on Taumalolo that much now? Just plays his part. Used to be the player everyone looked to. That's not the case now with the Cowboys.
Granville scheming around the middle. Taumalolo gets rid of Wilton again. Hamlin Ueli really wound up trying to make a telling blow on Taumalolo. Townsend. Lemuelu couldn't control the pass, and Cronulla hold on to that advantage.
Well, who was that one-on-one tackle? Because he's a powerful runner, this kid. Straight at the line. Who was that underneath? You might find it. Was it Nico Hines? What a tackle. Jeez, they're blessed with some big back rowers, aren't they, the Cowboys now? I know it's a couple out injured, but next man up mentality. Here they go.
Both of these teams on a 4-game winning streak. Who will extend it to 5? Sharks on a 7-game winning streak head-to-head. Here's Colquhoun. First hit up in the big time. Ball comes loose, jolted loose, and they get around Reece Robson. What a moment this is as well. It's another debutant. Brent Tate, take us through it.
Oh, yeah, what a moment for this young man, Tommy Chester. Just about to take the field. I'm not sure what position he'll play because of his utility value that he does add. But what a moment for him. He's got his family in the crowd, and I'm sure he's very nervous at 14-12. The game is in the balance. What a moment to enter.
Already got his own merchandise. There's Dad with the tears welling in his eyes, the former bull rider.
He looks a hard man too, the old fella.
Dad Jason and Mum Tony were in the sheds when we went live and watched that jumper presentation earlier on.
He's got a bit of swagger about him too. I bet you can play this kid.
He's one of the toughest blokes around town, the former bull rider, but
bet.
tears in the eye welling. What a moment this is for the proud father.
How good is it?
And Tommy Chester coming off a hat-trick last week in a 72-0 win for the Blackhawks against South Logan. Drinkwater. Hampton. Didn't go to the hammer. Granville not on the same page as Drinkwater, but there's another set restart here. Cronulla have given up so many of those tonight. Taumalolo sat one down. JT, massive, right under the black dots. A superstar of our game. Another signature moment. The 29-year-old wrecking ball right up the middle to put North Queensland in front.
Ah, how good is it? The wrecking ball, as you said. But what about the footwork for a big man here? Watch this. Off the right foot, straightens, power, brushes away from Ramian. Kennedy's no hope. Slams the footy down. This will tell you the story too, because Rudolph got up complaining about something, saying he might have lost the ball on the way down. This will tell you the story. Look at that determined look on his face. Well, are they saying, hang on, are they saying that Robson got in the way of a tackler?
But is Robson entitled to be there? He's playing as a support runner. He's not interfering. He's not in front of Taumalolo.
Well, has he interfered with a player trying to make a tackle? I don't think this will be a try there. I think he's in the way. I know what you're saying exactly,
Possible obstruction.
but I think it's obstruction. Or stopping a man with the ability to try and make the tackle.
So he's there in support in case Taumalolo needs him. So he's thinking, give it to me and I'll score a try. And then you want him to disappear to allow Hamlin Ueli to make the tackle.
Well, I don't want him
Reece
to
Robson
disappear.
at this
He can't.
point is in front of the ball. Braden Hamlin-Ueli is denied the opportunity to defend.
That's right.
Have a decision.
I don't really agree with it, but that's the rule. He couldn't make an attempt. I don't reckon he would have stopped him.
Blocker, it's a ridiculous rule. I just don't understand that when we talk about the feel of the game and letting the game flow. That's just a really silly decision. And we talk about common sense in the box. Well, there's just no common sense in that rule or that decision.
Well, mate, I'm with you, but that's the rule.
Because Robson was behind Taumalolo, who then got tackled, and momentum of Robson took him past him. He was only in front for that brief moment.
I think he still would have scored there, but
he's behind in the ball and support runner category. Then he goes past and can't disappear, and they take that off him. That'll be debated for the next week. NRL 360 next week with Braith and Kenty will be dissecting that one, and I reckon Buzz might have his say.
yeah, would have put him in front too.
Well, he came on, the debutant, thinking, how good's this? My team's just taken the lead, but now they're behind again. Tom Chester and the number 18 jumper with some X factor. 6 again now, a rare one for the Sharks.
The tempo of the game's gone up too.
Here comes Hines. And Colhoun, the other debutant. So exciting to see a couple of players on debut.
Watch for Ueli here.
Moylan happy to succumb on play number 4. Still a quarter of the game to go. Here he is, Hamlin Ueli, as forecast by Blocker. Can't find a way through. McInnes quickly onto Hines. Hampton fumbled, left it behind, and Teague Wilton says, "Thank you very much." What a turning point, sliding doors moment in this game. The Cowboys denied a try at one end, hand up one at the other.
Gee, it was some sort of set. I said the tempo of the game had really lifted. They've gone the length of the field here in a set. A little grubber kick in and behind. That's perfectly weighted. I'll just say how much his kicking game has improved. You feel for Hampton there, but Wilton right on the spot. The Sharkies are the first to score in the second half.
It looked like a decent bounce for Hampton, didn't it? But he couldn't control it. And Teague Wilton there to pounce for his 7th NRL try. And the old try, July. Little 6-shooter salute.
Thinks he was playing with the Cowboys, does he? Mate?
I'll tell you what, Teague Wilton wanders into the bar in the Old Western. Not a bad name for an Old Western.
It's a beauty. Just how hard the boys chase the ball too with the kicks. You can just see what happens there. I feel for Hampton. Ball just bounced a little bit too high for him. Knocks it back. Wilton there on the spot. Perfectly weighted kick from Hines. Just like that, they just turned around. As you said, Brenton, they were denied at the other end of the field, the Cowboys. The Sharks are good enough to score.
He's been perfect so far tonight as well. This to make it 4 out of 4 with the boots. Sneaks it inside that right-hand upright. Could be all important. 8-point lead restored. 20 points to 12. Just under 20 minutes to go. And the Cowboys rally themselves again as we take a look at the VB hard-earned index. And Cam McInnes has worked his way to the top of those standings off the bench.
Nice little nick on the eye there too. Looks like an old one. Might have got it last week.
It's a delicate stitching job, isn't it? Right above the eyeball. Rudolph. He was the VB hard-earned man in the first half and back on for his second stint.
Just wonder how much that'll lift the Sharks after that try, after the Cowboys were denied the Sharks score. They'll get to their kick here, and it's all to do now for North Queensland.
Ueli ball playing and asked a little too much of his teammate there, and Cronulla off the back of points, coughing up.
I'd love to see the replay of that. Nico Hines, if looks could kill, he would have killed half a dozen of his teammates there.
So just after scoring the try, Teague Wilton comes up with his 3rd handling error of the night, and that's a category you want to tighten up to be a regular under Craig Fitzgibbon.
A little shake of the head there too from Craig. They're in beautiful position to get to their kick now. Cowboys will ask the questions 30 out.
Completion rates identical at the moment, percentage-wise. To Noah Brown. They really are working over Brayley in the middle of the field. Always asked to make 40 or 50 tackles. Oh, juggling act again. This time it's Hiku somehow holding on as the contact came from Tracy. Chester takes them on. Playing in the middle after replacing Granville. Townsend. Good handling by the Hammer. He'll play it on the last. Townsend. Drinkwater trying to get there. Left behind by Colquhoun and knocked on by Moylan.
First one off Tom.
Little hand in there from the Cowboys though. It's a handover.
Oh, there was a few nervous boys there. Stacks on the mill here. There's the first knockout. The young fella's just come on from Chester. Looks a likely looking lad. Looks like he loves his footy.
Oh, massive hit. Reece Robson. What a campaign he is having. And as Mick Ennis talked us through in the pre-game, the history between him and his opposing number 9, Brayley and Robson, goes all the way back to the Australian schoolboys and Cronulla junior days. Ramian from a standing start. Another offload. They're approaching double figures in offloads tonight. Cronulla, not many get there against North Queensland. Colquhoun leading the kick chase. Elliott just stumbling his way into the tackle of Brayley, who's made 31 of them now. Drinkwater. Early ball for Lemuelu. The hammer on the outside, kicking for space. Awkward bounce for Kennedy. It just wouldn't sit up for him.
Great chase there, Drinkwater. Some good football from the Cowboys. I'll tell you what, they won't die wondering here.
Some tired Sharks just getting back on side now as we take a look at the live ladder. Cronulla poised to join the Cowboys on 26 points. Would still trail on 4 and against, but Melbourne would be relegated to 4th. And Cronulla knocked them off last week, of course. Shocking kick from Hines. And they are giving the Cowboys the field position they need. Can they capitalise?
Yeah, you can see that one come off the side of the boot. They had plenty of time, ample time to make that kick. I think the chase was that good from the Cowboys. Comes off the side of the boot, out on the full. Hasn't this game's had everything. What a game of footy. We're hoping the Cowboys can score to make it a great finish.
Tackled in the opposition 20, 40 times for just the 2 tries. From the hammer and Felt so far this evening, and they need to score at least twice here in the last 14 minutes. Great contact, Tracy, on a much bigger man. Sat Leilua down and has done some damage as well. Tanoa Brown. We'll play it 5 out. There's depth on the left-hand side. Juggle from Drinkwater. Just stilted that play. Oh, did he keep it alive with the kick? No. Knock on is the adjudication.
Well, Nico Hines has made 23 tackles in this game of footy so far. That's a big number. They've aimed at him to try and take a bit of petrol out of him. He's up for the challenge. It's a lot of tackles for a half.
Mistakes by both number 7s on back-to-back sets there. First Hines and then Townsend. Don't forget Parramatta against the Warriors up next on Fox League. We'll be straight to Combank Stadium for the kickoff in that one. Fancy the Eels, Block?
Well, yeah, I think you'd have to if you follow the footy. Poor old Warriors.
It's just when you least expect it, though. The Parramatta Eels can be upset and the Warriors can turn it on. We'll wait and see. Rudolph for Hines. Elliott off the wing. Had 2 cracks at him and took him down in the end. Kennedy to play it. Hung up by Hines. Moylan's getting there, and the Cowboys didn't show a whole lot of urgency and get away with it. They've got on the end of a lot of those kicks for high balls, Cronulla, and could easily have pulled the Cowboys' pants down.
Yeah, it's just an effort error there from the Sharks. You'd see that fatigue is starting to set in. Not the strong kick chase there was earlier.
Back-to-back offloads. Opens them up the middle, and the hammer was looming. Elliott had the arm free and didn't hear the shout. Townsend. Moylan overcommitted. And there was backup though. Tracy's defence has been outstanding, but he'll get the ball back again here, and there's concern for Townsend. Clutching around that knee region, or is it just cramp? He's deemed to have made another error here though. It will be Cronulla's ball.
That's Tracy in there again with a gutsy effort, not a big man. Not a strong tackle.
And Todd Payton's heart skipped a beat, so did all of the Cowboys fans, but just the cramp sensation for Chad Townsend, and hopefully he can run that off here. Think back to that night away at Manly when they scored those 3 tries in about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
From a similar situation here, there's plenty of time the way North Queensland go about it. But
Yeah, they keep playing footy too, don't they?
Sione Katoa though, busts them from the scrum. The hammer is flying. He's running away from the hammer, and that's well advised. Another try for Sione Katoa, and the Sharks in control in Townsville in a top 4 blockbuster.
Well, coming into this game, Katoa's had 75 tackle busts. And that's one of his best of the season there. Straight through, as you mentioned, off the scrum base. Once he got in the clear, the poor old hammer had to turn around and chase. Look at that. Little right foot step, little shimmy. Drinkwater throws out an arm. That's where the fullback was, up in the line. There was no one at home. Katoa backs himself. What a great try. Look at him. Look at the celebration.
Well,
that's why we come up here on Tuesday.
Yeah, definitely blocked. There was lots of celebrations on the sideline there, but just a couple of real tired efforts there from Scott Drinkwater. I just got the feeling throughout this game that if Cronulla can hold the ball and get their discipline right, they'd take the lead. And that man there, Katoa, got some wheels. Hammer gave plenty of good chase, but the back 5 from Cronulla, they are outstanding players, and this man chalks up another one.
Both of these wingers just scoring tries for fun this season. Mulatalo on one side, Katoa on the other. This time he goes right up the middle, swerving away from Tabuai Fido to go joint second on the try scorers charts behind Alex Johnston, and hopefully just the precaution here as he heads straight to the sidelines as well. May have tweaked something there as he put it down under pressure. And Hines having his best night with the boot. 5 from 5, some straightforward looks. And they need another Manly type miracle. 26-12 down with 9 to go, the Cowboys.
Yeah, pretty hard to tell who's been the best player on the field there for both sides. They've spread the work rate around and the workload.
Reece Walsh ready to go for the Warriors out at Combank Stadium, taking on the Parramatta Eels. That's next on Fox League.
I think they're having a look at his shoulder, Katoa, on the sideline there.
Short kick off, and it gets the required distance, kept in by Feltz. And it didn't break the plane.
Chad, escort.
Oh no, there you go.
Katoa, it might have been the way that he landed when he put the ball down after a big chase from the Cowboys.
Here's a look at why the Cowboys were penalised. Just Townsend wiping a few out. And Brent Tate, that's one of the nightmares when you're trying to score a try. In that situation, the shoulder can pop out.
Yeah, it certainly was. I just watched him walk back with the trainer, and he said he heard a pop, so that's not great news, and you wouldn't expect him to come back tonight. So that's unfortunate news for Katoa.
Sharks looking to close out their 12th win of the season. Sione Katoa debuted last time North Queensland beat the Sharks, round 1 2018, hasn't lost to them since, and may just have sealed this one tonight as Drinkwater goes a little high on Moylan, and they can soak up some more time and take the shot at 2.
Yeah, they'll lead up the clock here. Just got wrong-footed, threw out the arm. Don't think there was that much in that one.
Or are they thinking for and against? Try and get another 6 points back on the Cowboys.
They're ruthless, the Sharks.
Hines waiting right behind the play the ball. Set up for a play on that right-hand side. Here he is, going to work, but it's lost. And there's still a chance here, North Queenslanders. Their fans celebrate that little error.
McGuinness was the man who tried to run into that space there, loses the footy. Pass might have been a little bit too hard. Looks worse for wear too. Plays like that week in and week out. Little nick on the eye, as I said. Now a bit of blood in the nose. What a warrior.
Really chancing their arm with the offloads now, the Cowboys. They've got a good run coming up over the next month or so. The Tigers, Dragons, Dogs, Roosters and Warriors. So they'll have all their origin stars back, or a lot of them, for next week's game. But Hiku trying to keep them alive here. The no-looker only as far as the touch judge. His winger had given up on him.
Well, you got to chance your hand too. 6 to go, and 6.5 to go. 26 to 12. The opportunity was here. Felt it cut back inside. The no-look pass goes in the touch.
There is Katoa in distress, just pointing to the right shoulder where the damage was done in the put-down. Colquhoun looks like being a winner first up.
Gee, I like him too. Big, solid young kid. He'll get used to the pace of the game. That's the thing that he'll be trying to control and get himself into.
Nakora and Talakai to come back into this lineup. Cronulla looking like doing some great business at the back end of this season, with Hines pulling the strings. How about that from Kennedy for Tracy? Regularly scores tries against North Queensland, but not this time. Put a little foot into touch.
Middle, play the ball.
Let's have a look here. Good call. I'll give them a rap when they deserve it. Well done, Touchy.
Yeah, we saw it in slow-mo, but he was picking it up in real time.
I normally hammer him, but anyway, well done.
Zigging and Michael Wise, the touchies tonight. Still a great atmosphere here, despite the home team trailing by 14 points.
It's got to be one of those games, what could have been for the Cowboys. It's been a great effort.
Abuai Fido nearly finding a way through against the odds.
I think Todd Payton will be too disappointed in this.
Tumbled away by Townsend. Great effort by Hess. And the follow-up from Neem. They still believe. Made 3 tries in 4 minutes though. They keep on playing until the end. Instilled in them by Todd Payton, who expected them to be tested in the middle. Tonight by the Sharks, where they were a little short-handed. And in the end, Cronulla have proved too strong.
Yeah, the big moments. They've won the big moments. That's the main thing. Well, that's the knock on. I'll tell you what, The Sharks have made enough mistakes here in the second half in their own half for the Cowboys to win this game.
No need for a captain's challenge because Luciano Leilua clearly got a hand on it, and after the touch he weighed in, Michael Wise had a chat to the ref and said that's a knock on both ways.
They love that play where they go out to the open side and then come back to the short side, trying to catch the Cowboys out.
How well is this guy doing? Out of that Roosters system, instilling a wonderful culture that was spoken about by the likes of Andrew Fafita just this week. Seeing how he's turned it around and the whole of the club together as one and up to third on that live ladder. Feel like they can't have done much more so far this season. Block about to improve to 12-5.
Yeah, they started really well to start the season, had that little bit of a lull, but the last 4 weeks played some great footy.
They've got a great balance in this side block, especially in their forward pack. They've got a lot of big men that are very powerful and get on the front foot. And you've got Cam McManus and Fanuka who just do all the hard work as Moylan now.
Oh, Feltz able to get to Wilton. Left Mulatalo alone on the wing and had to make it. Hines forced the stretch. Kennedy able to invent something here. And Drinkwater read it well, the opposing fullback. Seen a bit of that tonight. Players slipping on this surface. A little bit of dew appearing on the top. Catch and pass for Hampton. One of the Cowboys' 2 tries was scored when Blake Brayley was in the bin. So when it's been 13 on 13, they've proved hard to penetrate this Cronulla defence. Chester had a go. Drinkwater floating one down to Kennedy. Final minute in Townsville. Don't forget Parramatta against the Warriors coming up next on Fox League. They had to build and get ready for this tough phase of the season, these Sharks. Melbourne 1 week, North Queensland the next, and Penrith coming up on Super Saturday. What a blockbuster next weekend on Fox League. Cronulla v Penrith. Mark it down in the diary now.
Home game to the Sharks, is it?
Penny Panthers, I think.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah, they travel to Penrith next Saturday.
Shut the gates now. They'll be lining up.
Do you practice a field goal here? No. They have to hand it over instead. And the siren will sound. The depleted Cowboys rolled at home for the first time in a while. The Sharks really mean business in 2022. 5 wins on the bounce since the bye, and there appears to be no stopping them. Full time, Cronulla 26, North Queensland 12.